Destiny 2 Season 10 Season of Dawn saw the reintroduction of Trials of Osiris, a competitive elimination game mode where the objective is to acquire flawless passage, which is just 7 wins and 0 losses on like a card or whatever, in order to receive an exclusive reward, also known as going flawless or going to the lighthouse. The original Trials of Osiris was in Destiny 1 and was actually replaced with Trials of the Nine when Destiny 2 released, for those of you who weren't around for Year 1. Eventually, after Season 3, Trials of the Nine was removed from the game for something along the lines of, quote, reworking and re-envisioning, or something like that. Conveniently, Trials of Osiris' first map in Destiny 2 was the Burnout, which is actually just a remake of Burning Shrine, which also happened to be the first Trials of Osiris map in Destiny 1, albeit reskinned and retextured to match the, quote, future of Mercury, unquote, in the Destiny lore. So it looks all destroyed and shit. This has nothing to do with the video, and I just needed something as an intro, so I'm actually going to go into the real content of this video. This is Trials of Osiris Map Breakdowns, Week 1, the Burnout. Pay attention, and I got the pro tips that I have you fragging like a pro. So to continue on to the Burnout, this is a very basic 3-lane map, but it's also one of the hardest maps to play effectively and master with your team. I compare it similarly to Amplified from Halo 3 in the MLG circuit. Ideally, you want to be controlling the inside of the map and preventing the enemy team from flowing in from any one side, that is mid, west, or east. This lets you rain fire down as a team who come through any of these 3 main lanes and allow you to flex as a team when someone gets high damage or a pick on a player, allowing your team to rotate and collapse to the middle and the outside of the map, provided it's a good situation and scenario and there's context. All the clips that I've been playing and the clip that I'm going to play right now give a very good idea, and I think it serves as a good example. This one I'm going to play was against an excellent team. The match that we probably should have lost, but regardless, I think was a really good explanation of the bait and switch kind of control mid, do not let them get any ground into the inside of the map kind of situation. And you'll come to see that we had them stuck outside, so if it came down the flag, they had to push us, and we had 2 players posted up on the bridge ready to rain down fire while one caps and they call out the other shotgun players.
Alright, baiting nades. They were fighting for mid for sure.
He's holding the doorway into Pharaoh.
Yep.
That was Lumi's nade? That was Lumi's grenade?
Do not peek mid.
Game, you have to get them in that hallway.
Bottom mid, bottom mid, bottom mid, bottom mid. Bottom mid, one shot, bottom mid, one shot.
Got Lumi, he's half.
He's not gonna be one, he has worm.
Lumi down.
Okay.
Snipe me outside, snipe me outside.
Top mid.
Cam, you need to help him, they're gonna dive him.
I'm helping you mid. He's weak. Thank you, Zayed.
Let's go, Easton.
Good round.
Good shot, Cam. Great shot. As you can see there, 2 clips of very steadfast, like deadpan, practice what you preach evidence there, where someone called out that they had damage, another player called out they had damage. I decided, hey, one of these players is probably going to be rotating out. Let's try and cut them off or catch them off. And I did that exactly both times, 2 times per clip actually. So that just goes to show, like, hey, the pinch and collapse and bait and switch is so effective on this map, especially when you are the aggressor, that it is imperative to have control of the map. I'm going to segue for a moment just to talk about some logistical things, mainly a map in the callouts. This is by one of the people from Crucible Radio or something like that, and you can see it in the bottom right. And this is actually one of the better maps that we didn't really have to revise at all, my team and I, in which you can see that the key at the top left is very structured. Anything that's marked as survival or competitive is used for trials. So you can see that ammo spawns in the middle, the flag is there, and the spawns are the same as well. I would heavily recommend familiarizing yourself with this map so that you know exactly where to call someone out, and so that you can work with your team to collapse on a player in a certain spot and call out like where they're rotating into or out of, because it's just so important on this map. Continuing on from this, I'm going to just jump into a very rigid list of do's and don'ts. These are, again, subjective to me, just as the rest of this video is, so if you disagree with it, then feel free to do whatever you want, of course. So what you do want to do is control the inside. You don't ever want to engage the outside fight against an actual team, not like a team you're stomping, unless there's a pick or a flank going down, or there's high damage output, or some reason of contextual decision that says, hey, I am almost guaranteed to get this kill. We are guaranteed to get an advantage here, even if it means it's a slight one. The other don't, I would say, is like imperative, is do not fight around the middle block where heavy spawns. With the rotators, you are open to like 8 different lanes of fire, and you will get melted if those doors are open. Don't believe me? Here's a nice little combo clip of what happens when you don't commit with your team and you sit in mid and you just kind of sit idly in panic. I'm sure all of you Hunter haters will very much enjoy this little combo clip.
It's gonna kill him.
Holy shit, they're all flying in. Wow.
I'm going to move on to team composition. Now, this sounds like some kind of Overwatch statement, but I'm actually talking about the special weapons your team is using, since those objectively control the flow of the match the most in Destiny 2 right now. I'll start with 2 snipe and 1 shotty, and I'm going to start with this because I feel like this is probably the most effective in terms of where sniper rifles are in the game right now, how easy they are to use, etc. And I don't mean this in a condescending manner if you enjoy sniping or anything. I'm just saying that Beloved is an incredibly easy sniper to use right now, and people are taking advantage of that, and I can't falter that. You're going to play to win, do what you got to do. The 2 sniper composition is going to be focused obviously more on controlling the map and playing a little bit more reserved or passive. Now, playing passive, although it's received as a negative thing in the Destiny community, it's not directly meaning a negative thing. It simply means that you're holding and being patient. There's not really anything wrong with this. Personally, I find this incredibly boring, so I just kind of like hold W and shoot guns, but that's like a me thing. So your sniper rifles are of course going to be controlling the map, waiting for that entry pick. And after that entry pick or high damage or whatever, your shotgun player is probably going to try and either finish it with the hand cannon or push him with the shotty. Usually not the latter, because he's going to save that shotty, being a quick draw mind benders, to clean up another kill while the other 2 are diving in and collapsing. This is an ideal scenario, and this is probably what you want to aim for, but of course different teams have different strategies and strategies can clash, so improvise where you can, because again, I've said it 1,000,001 times, the best teams and best players are the best improvisers. And in the clips that you just saw, I feel like I was demonstrating pretty well of how to do the 2 sniper execute. I was sniping, and I think Cammy Cakes was also sniping with Drewski on the shotgun. And if you see in the second round of that clip, they actually reverse execute our own strategy against us, which again just goes to show how effective that strategy really is. The other strategy I want to get into, or composition, is the 1 snipe 2 shotty, go figure. This comp is a lot similar to the 2 snipe comp, but it involves a lot more improv, if that makes any sense. And I'll go into what I mean by this in a very brutal, violent manner. Instead of being able to safely rely on your 2 snipers getting a singular pick, this involves some improvisation on everyone's part, whereas you have a sniper probably on the inside or the outside at T2 holding and trying to get the pick, whereas your shotgun hand cannon people are also doing the same thing, but they're not overcommitting anything. What their primary job is to do is put damage in, get the other people to back up until they can finally get the team to be impatient, get someone to run in, and they get domed, their body shot by the sniper, and after that point everyone dives as a team. So that's where the improv comes from. You kind of have to make decisions on the fly and like, oh, I'm about to get one, everyone start moving forward now, or something like that. I want to go on a limb and say that this is probably harder than the 2 snipe, but it's also a lot faster and a lot more effective when mastered, and this is what my team personally used when we did our day 1 flawless card. And hey guys, something to consider is if you want to try these out and maybe it's just not working for you, it's okay to be fluid and change up the strategy, since Trials of Osiris doesn't have locked loadouts anymore. And as you can see in the clip, if you pay attention, look at the kill feed, you see everything that I say that should happen is exactly what happens. We get high damage, Cammy gets the pick with the sniper, the 2 shotgunners fly in, I look left, Drew looks right. Drew gets picked, but that's how the game works. Cam's already on top of me, we team shot the last guy down. Easy round. So I'm closing this video out, but one thing I want to, I guess, mention as a dishonorable mention is Hardlight. Like, guys, it's really not that fucking good. Stop being a smooth monkey brain gamer and you'll realize just how it's annoying. I'll be honest, it's annoying, especially like mountaintop Hardlight. Yeah, that shit's annoying, but it's not really the top tier of effective. Work with your team, use your weapon strengths, whether you're using hand cannon or pulse or whatever. Hand cannon would obviously be, utilization of cover, pulse being range, and just remember that not every fight has to come down to a death. The fight can easily turn down to 2 players rotating out, and that's the end of it. As you can see in the clip here, we did win this match, but no, we didn't give them a fight out in the open, and that's what we started doing, is Cam would get the pick, and then me and Drew would not give these kids a fight that lasted longer than 3 seconds. Right, sorry, saying kid is condescending. I'm supposed to say gamer or something. Anyway, dudes, hopefully this can help you out. Maybe you haven't gotten a flawless yet. Hopefully these tips can help you go flawless. Hopefully these tips help you do carries or some shit like that. I don't know, whatever you want to do. I just hope they helped you out somehow. I'll catch you later.